Hello, my fellow limitless HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? This is going to be a sassy, saucy video right off the top. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the Dropbox below. They're in the screens. It's just one by. I have a channel membership. I have TikTok. I have Instagram. I would love for you to join me in all places. I would love if you're new here, if you would subscribe to me. And most importantly, I would appreciate if you would like this video so other people can find this video or any of my other videos, because we all know what it's like when you first discover the law of assumption or manifestation in general. Your mind feels like a bomb has just gone off in it. And, you know, maybe my videos can help judge somebody in the beginning of their journey, or maybe they're meant to find me in the middle of their journey. But either way, that like helps my videos get out there, and I friggin' appreciate it. Really wish I had known that from the beginning and had been asking for that all along, but whatever. I know about it now. So I would appreciate the like, really. And you're going to like this video anyway, so it's going to be worth it, right? And it's free. It's free to subscribe, free to like. It is. Okay? All right. Now, this is important. We all know that Kim makes videos when Kim gets a zhuzh, aka a download. Okay? But zhuzh sounds better to me. This is going to be sassy saucy, but I want you to hear me. I already know what I'm planning on putting for a title, and it's going to trigger some fucking people, but too bad. So here it is. You don't need reprogramming. You don't need to reprogram your mind. No, you don't. And the idea behind that, just the statement in itself, is what's holding back people. It is what's confusing people. And I'm really considering revising that I ever even uttered that phrase in my existence, because you don't need your mind reprogrammed. You don't. Who came up with that concept? Who said that? Who said that? I don't remember reading that when I read Neville Goddard books or listened to his lectures or read the PDFs of his lectures. You don't need reprogramming. You need your old self to go bye-bye. That's it. This concept of believing, you've heard me say a million times, there's nothing else wrong with you. You don't need to be perfect. This is not what manifestation is. But that mindset behind manifestation in itself is a hindrance. It's a hindrance to keep telling yourself that you're reprogramming. You're in the midst of reprogramming, and then you can have your specific person. Yeah? Why don't we start looking at it for what it is, as in, you are only reality shifting. Reality shifting. Are we even manifesting? Are we even doing that? You know we're not creating, because creation is finished. Do you see what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying to you. You don't need to reprogram your mind. You need to start just putting the focus on being the new version of yourself, even if you do not feel that way. Listen, parallel realities exist. Science, and you know me and science are unnecessary friends, but even science is beginning to back up the idea of parallel realities. Science is going in that direction for a reason, because they already exist, which means infinite versions, infinite realities exist. And you, yes, you, the person who's not believing any of this shit is true, the person that still thinks you need reprogramming, every time you decide that that's what you're doing, that's what you have to do in order to get your specific person, or to get the money, or to get the new job, or to get anything in your life, you need to reprogram. That thinking in itself is a fucking trap. It is a cycle that keeps you going on and on and on. And I could not record this video fast enough. I am still in my damn pajamas, and I obviously still have my bed head. I don't care. This is important. The idea of being able to access your desires is not about claiming there's something wrong with this current version of you that needs reprogramming. You're not reprogramming. You're choosing a new version of yourself. We have access to it all the time. And I'm going to tell you something. Pay attention to when you're focusing on your desire. One thought after another pops up on its own when you're thinking about your manifestation. And that's what Neville talked about, that when you put your focus on something, test it for yourself. Focus on anything. Anything. Your sofa. Focus on your sofa. And the next few thoughts are going to be sofa related or something connected to your sofa. I know how cuckoo that sounds, but it's true. Your mind is already reprogrammed. Your mind is already set up perfectly now. Focus on the desire. Focus on you being the version of yourself that has the desire. And one thought, which will lead to one more inspired thought, which then is inspired action. Everything is leading you to that focus, to that place. Quantum physics is actually this, but this is the basic bitch version. I plan on making a video to explain that a little bit further, even though I'm not Mrs. Science, but when science talks the language I like, I will make a video on it. And I'm planning on that to be my next video, but just listen to me. We have habits due to your upbringing. Every one of us does, because we didn't know that this is what our mind is doing. When you dwell in thoughts that say you can't have what you want, one thought after another comes to validate that original thought so that you stay in that reality. People that manifest millions, people that manifest successful relationships aren't fucking special. They're not reprogrammed better than you. They just chose to focus on having it. And then every thought after that lined up with having it. And when thoughts that said the opposite to them, they chose not to listen to those thoughts and kept putting the focus on, no, I'm going to have that. I'm having that. That's mine. No matter what. And their 3D took a sequence of events, an orchestration, or a bridge of incidents that led them to the manifestation. Whether that be it just showed up in their reality, or they were given inspired action, and that action led to sequences of events that connected them to the manifestation. You know, I get the question a lot then, well, how come when I start a manifestation game, it seems like everything, starts falling apart. Everything goes to shit in my 3D. Did you ever once consider perhaps that's your current shitty reality collapsing so that the new reality can come in? Did you ever once think that maybe when you're manifesting a specific person and you're on top of your game, but you all of a sudden your SP shows up and they're acting like the biggest twat, the biggest asshole. And our instant reaction is say, that's just the old story playing out. It's just the old story playing out. What if it's not the old story playing out? What if that was the sequence of events that needed to happen to get rid of the old version of your specific person and to get rid of the current version of you so that you can step into the new version of you, right? So that the new version of specific person can show up. People worry about fucking with other people's free will. There is no free will. There is none. You're not harming anyone. There are infinite versions of everyone. You're just choosing the version of your specific person that wants you. But our human ego, basic bitch, logical, literal minds, we need explanations. We need things to make sense. And doesn't it make sense to say that we need reprogramming? You need to focus on your self-concept. No, you need to focus on shifting yourself. You need to focus and refuse to accept with brazen impudence, just like Neville said. Neville just had a different way of talking, but he was saying it to us all along. Everything already exists now. Choose the new you so the old self, aka the old man, can die off so we can shift. Not reprogramming. You're not reprogramming. You're not fixing your mind. You're shifting into the state of having. Shifting into the state just means shifting into the new version, shifting into the new reality. That's what you're really doing. You're not reprogramming. I'm sorry, I'm fired up because it's so true. Can't you feel it? Can't you feel? Doesn't that resonate a little bit with you? Doesn't that make more sense? That when things start to go tits up, and listen, it doesn't mean that every fucking thing you manifest has to go tits up before you can have it. That's not what I'm telling you. But I'm saying, oh, doesn't that make a little more sense? Right? Because these 3D logical minds want to make sense of something. Perhaps it's just you letting go of the shitty version of your specific person and the version of you who cannot accept that this specific person would actually ever love them and choose them. Because the version you've been being is a version of yourself that could not accept that a specific person that you're head over heels in love with could ever choose you. Because the current version of yourself has a shit self-concept. It's not about fixing that self-concept. When you shift into the new version, it's a new self-concept. It's why people all of a sudden just wake up one day and like, oh my God, I'm on top of the world. I feel amazing. Why did I ever worry about this stuff? You shifted. You shifted. You didn't spend relentless time reprogramming. It's just been on my mind. I've been thinking about, what about all these manifestations of my own? Do I feel I was reprogramming myself? No. I just believed I was the new version. I just believed I was. Even if my 3D said something differently. Doesn't mean I never had a bad day and that I wasn't falling for the lies of the current 3D. Doesn't mean I never had a bad day. I'm human, right? We're still human beings. We're going to have our fucking moments. But this mindset of reprogramming is wrong. I don't buy into it anymore. And I don't think you should either. I think that's what's holding people back. I think that's why people panic when shit goes tits up in their 3D. Think of it as the dying of the old versions, the things you're saying goodbye to so that we can become anew. Are you hearing me? Is this making sense? Stop telling yourself you are on fixing yourself journeys. You're not. You're just shifting. You're just becoming a new version. And it is as simple as choice. Choice, moment by moment. Every single second of your life, you have instant access to infinite potential, infinite realities. You have access to it every single second of your life. But you stay in this old self because you think there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. You think that we've got to reprogram. I believed it too at one time. I did. But if you remember many videos ago, I started saying, wait a minute with this self-concept shit. Wait a minute with this endless cycle. Because I stopped listening to that horse shit. I stopped telling myself that there's still something wrong with me. It's as simple as choice. It feels and sounds too good to be true, and I know that. But that's just because the current version of you can't accept that it can be just as easy as deciding I'm the new person. I'm just the new person. And things are collapsing, are dying off. They're dying off. so that I can step into this new reality. It's not that everything's going wrong. When SP is showing up acting totally dick-worthy and you've been on your game, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Your fucking reality is collapsing and you're shifting into the new. And the more you hang on to that mindset, your world is going to change, because that's exactly what's been happening to mine over the course of the last year. Don't buy into this reprogramming, fixing yourself concept. You're not fixing your self concept. You're shifting. You're shifting. So different. Such a different way of looking at it. I promise. You're not fixing you. You're shifting you. It's a life changer. It's a game changer. No more reprogramming, because it's bullshit. And on that note, poop snoring. I'm in my pajamas. I need to get in the shower and I need to get up to SP's. So I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, and sorry, my intention was to go live yesterday, which yesterday was Friday. She's sucking the air out of the room. You want to see her really quick? Living her best life. I meant to go live yesterday, but my entire day got fucked. My child's car broke down, and because of my belief on how he treats his cell phones, he ran over his cell phone at work. So it led to having to go get my child another cell phone. And yeah, he's 21, but he didn't have a damn car. So guess who had to do it? Mom. So he's good with his cell phones. He protects his cell phones. He's good with his cell phones. Nah, I'm in the reality where he knows how to actually treat a cell phone. And where he has a new car. And on that note, I will go live as soon as possible. You know I will. I'll see you all tomorrow.